Hey everyone, it's Maria here. Welcome to today's live Q&A session in this group. It's great to be here with you today. I have some amazing questions for today, so I'm really looking forward to delving into these questions with you today. As you can see, I'm still mobile. I'm in the car once more doing this video, but oh well. You know, our office is where our heart is. So here we are. So let's get going with the questions today. So the first one is from an INFP. I'm having an issue where my fantasy world and my concrete world seem like galaxies away, galaxies apart. For example, I dream about being a director, but I'm scared to interact with people to learn the craft. I want to write songs, but I don't want to put myself out there artistically. In my daydreams, I'm playing guitar to accompany my singing, but in my concrete world, I don't even play an instrument. How can I reconcile my two lives of me in fantasy and in reality? What a fantastic question this is. So a lot of INFPs in particular are challenged with this question. A lot of intuitive types in general are challenged with this type of question because we have such a rich and powerful intuitive life that we can see what's actually possible, or we can imagine what we'd like our lives to look like, but it doesn't necessarily correlate with the sensory world experience. So with that in mind, let's look at this a little bit. The first thing I'd like to say to you is, congratulations for recognizing that there is a difference between, how you see yourself and where you are right now. That in and of itself actually serves a lot of different purposes. Number one, it shows you that you have some awareness around yourself and who you are as a person, and you have, so effectively you have one camp in your imagination, one foot in your imagination camp and the other one in the reality camp. So that's already amazing that you've experienced that. Okay, that you're aware of that. That is fantastic. That's the first step anyway. Secondly, we often underestimate the power of imagination and intuition because we're generally too focused on what is, so that we stop imagining and visualizing ourselves about what could be, right? And if we can't imagine or visualize what could be for our lives, then we can be left with no path to follow to get there. So I love that, you've realized that this is the case for you, but I'd like to also challenge you to realize that this isn't just a bad thing. That in fact, what's happening is that you're at the first stages of being able to cross the bridge between, or build a bridge between the two realities, your imaginary reality and your current real life reality. So imagination and intuition are very important parts of you as any intuitive person, but in particular for you as an INFP, because you are most inspired to do things in your life and to achieve things in life that you have aspired to within the privacy of your own mind and your imagination. So I hope that kind of starts that track for you, because there are so many benefits from, in this situation for you that may go unnoticed. So I would like to challenge you to look for the benefits that are in this situation, in where you are, so that we can then take the next step, which is to do with understanding why you have such difficult time taking steps towards where you want to go. And sometimes it's really difficult to understand those reasons without outside interference, because we are oftentimes too close to our own issues that we are unable to dig ourselves out of it. It's like, talking to somebody who can maybe help you, that can throw you a little bit of a rope that you can start climbing yourself out of the hole. So, I just want to say that one of the biggest challenges with both INF types is that we already think that we know everything about ourselves, and we actually don't. So when we're in that space where we can't figure out what we should do next to try and sort this situation out, then we don't often turn outward for help because we're introverted. We're inward turned more naturally. So I just want to commend you on asking this question, because oftentimes we just try to rely on ourselves and our own knowledge to get where we want to go. But the thing is that if we already knew how to get there, then we'd already be there. So well done on asking this question. So I just want to kind of recap a little bit. Recognizing what the benefits are of the situation, then recognizing that it can be difficult for you to overcome these situations on your own because you have the knowledge that you have. That then gives you another step into this, what can we do about this section. So what you can do about what's happening right now is you can start to very gradually take steps towards the goal. So for example, you were saying here in your daydreams, you're playing guitar to accompany my singing, your singing. And so what would be the next logical step for you to get to that point, to start exploring that part of you? Would it be, for example, getting really good at singing? So are you already singing? You don't even have to be really good at anything. You can just be, yourself and express yourself in that space, because amazing music has come from, and amazing pieces of art have come from non-artistic people, right? So I'm wondering if you are, by any chance, comparing your project that is not complete to somebody else's big picture that is already complete. So are you kind of saying that, is there something that's holding you back by saying, I'm not anywhere near there, so there's no point doing anything? Because the thing is that there is a point in doing something, to take small little steps towards the vision, and then see how you feel about it, because you might find out that you start taking small steps towards your vision and then you realize, I don't actually want to play guitar. It doesn't really work for me. I already have a neck problem, so I'm not able to be in that position. So you won't actually know what you really, really want unless you start moving into that direction. Now, if there are things that are holding you back in relation to, learning new things, ask yourself, am I not learning new things because I'm afraid that if I fail at something, then it means that I'm a failure? Is that one thing? And I just want to say to that a failure is an event, it's not a person. So you fail because you tried something new, and then because you learned from it, you didn't actually even fail, but it's just a word that's been used. So failure is an event, not a person. And secondly, are you comparing yourself to other people? Are you saying, well, or even subconsciously, ask yourself, or tell yourself, I'm open to finding out if this is in my subconscious, if you're not consciously aware of it. Are you comparing your own progression journey to somebody else's complete journey? So those are the kinds of things that I would ask you about. And I would really love to hear if this is helpful for you, if you're able to, what are you relating to in this question, in this answer? What are the things that you're challenged with in relation to this, in relation to bringing your vision and your intuitive life into the sensory grounded world? Tell me, where are you at with this? I want to hear about it. And then we can continue this conversation. So how you start reconciling those two worlds truly is by taking small but deliberate steps towards the vision, and then stopping after you take every step. You stop the small step, not massive thing, big heroic step, but a small step, and then you stop and you look back and say, did I enjoy doing that? is this activity something that I want to continue to learn? And then that will help you go into the direction that's actually right for you. So I hope that answered your question. And I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Was it helpful? Was it not helpful? Was something missing? Do you need more on that? Let us know.